Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Aquaponics World. So I didn't do anything with these guys. I just left them in there for a week, covered up so they didn't get any sun, and put them behind the refrigerator so they were nice and warm. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this this dirty fish water, and this time I'm going to dilute it with some of my dechlorinated water, and I'm going to put these roots into this water to get them some water and let them get some light. So I'm going to do a 3-to-1 blend. Basically, I don't know. I'm gonna dilute this this water with some of this clean water that I have from back here from the water that I got rid of the chlorine in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hang these guys from the ceiling, set up the light, and see if I can't get them to grow in here. I'm still gonna have to add one of these tablets for the micronutrients. But that's all I'm going to add. I got a couple of gallons of the clean water. I should have put like a gallon of this water and then 3 gallons of that water, so I could have had an even amount, but I just put like I don't know, I think it was about 1/4 of a gallon of the fish water. So not an exact precise measurement today, but we'll get it down. Hopefully this will work. Alright, so I got the plants hanging up, the 3 new squash. Oh, I'm sorry, I broke one of the heads off. So I have 2 new squash hanging up in here. Got the roots in the water, the plant out of the water. I did order some rock wool online, but per every time that I've ever bought anything online, it hasn't come. The plant that was here, the plant that I had for a couple of years growing hydroponically and then aquaponically, I took outside. It had some cold flashes in the morning. It was down to about 34 in the morning, and it completely turned black. I'd show you guys, but it's just so depressing. So anyway, today I am going to be working on the fish tank, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a water change out, and that's about that. I'm going to clean off the glass and stuff. So last week I didn't have enough water to finish filling this up, and I'd say it's at about 40 gallons. It's probably missing about 10 gallons of water there. I have 20 gallons, so I'm just going to take out 5 gallons and try to fill it up this time. So I guess that's the first thing that I will do. I got my tote, my trusty tote, which I won't be using for fish water today. I'll just be dumping out the window, but I want to kind of take a little bit of a measurement of how much I'm taking out. So I'm just going to take this hose off of here, put it into the tote, close the out, and open the service valve. And I'm just going to fill up this tote. Once this is full, I'll go ahead and clean off the sides of the glass. Oh, I still didn't pick up a magnet. I'm going to be cleaning it with my hands again. Oh well, that's what it is. But you can see how nasty this water is getting. That's because I don't rinse off the filters anymore. I used to have much clearer water, but I prefer to have them healthy than to have the water be super clear. So I'm trying to follow the instructions and trying to maintain the beneficial bacteria in the filter. So, but today is just going to be a simple quarter water change out, my weekly thing. And now that that's full, I'll go ahead and shut this off and open this back up. hang this back up on the side. And go ahead and start cleaning off the glass. Alright, so now that I've cleaned off all the sides of the glass and cleaned off the bubblers, I'm going to go ahead and put the service valve into the water that I've been letting sit out for a week so that it could get the chlorine out of it. I'm going to close the inlet and open the service valve, and that will suck the water from this tank and put it back into the fish tank. Hopefully we can get this filled up today. It's going to be awfully close. I feel like I may be misjudging how much water I need, but you know, it's hard to tell. When I started off a little bit short on my water, I just wanted to take out 5 more gallons, but I figured I had about 10 gallons out. But then again, I used a couple of gallons of this water for the new plants. So anyway, I can only put what I have in there. So this is what I've got. I don't want to start sucking in air. So as soon as it gets down to the very bottom, I'm going to shut off the service valve and reopen the inlet valve. But we're only about an inch away from the top, so we're not too far. Pretty close to the top. But again, I can't wait to clean those sponges off so that it'll look a little less nasty in there. So it looks pretty freaking yellow. Alright, so we're getting really close to the bottom of this water. I want to use up all the water that I've got in here. But at the same time, I do not want to suck in any air into this tube. So that's about as low as I can get it. I'm going to go ahead and shut off this service valve and reopen the inlet valve here. And then now all I have to do is just fill up these tanks with water. So I got my garden hose in here. I'm just going to go open that up in the sink downstairs and fill this up and let it sit for a week. So that's about the extent of that. Thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe button. Trying to get monetized on these videos so that I can start purchasing things that I need to add to my science project here. As you know, I need a filter for my plant tank. So that's one of the major things that I'd like to pick up. But I'm going to just put the lids back on here, and I'm going to put this light back up here. This tank is just about full of water. And like I said, I just have an attachment for my sink to a garden hose so that I can fill that up and let that sit out for a week so that there's no chlorine in the water. And once this tank is all the way full, so that I don't have to run downstairs and shut it off real quick, I just take the hose out, put it into the other tank, and then I have a little bit of time to walk down and turn that off. But these are two 25-gallon fish tanks, so you know it's good to have a good size reserve water, at least if you're going to be trying to do organic aquaponics. Okay, so I shut the water off. So just to recap, we got 2 new baby squashes. These came from the seed. I planted those in the peat pellets that they sell at Home Depot and Lowe's. Those peat pellets are really cool. They, you know, I didn't do anything to them. I just added the water last week, put them into the container, covered them up, put them in a dark, warm place, and they got to be this big with a good root system on them. I put 3 seeds in one pod, so I separated them into separate plants, hung them up, put a little bit of fish water in here, diluted it with some of the dechlorinated water, added a little tablet, cleaned the fish tank, changed out a quarter of the water. And it's definitely good to, I would say, when you're doing your water change outs and your filter cleanings and your filter replacements, your part replacements, you know, document that. Put it down in a notebook, write down what date you did what, because there's, at least with these flue ball pumps, you know, obviously if you're just using a hanging over the side filter, all you got to do is rinse them off, but you know, and every like 3 months or whatever, when they actually just basically when they fall apart, you know, replace them. So pretty easy with those. But with this, I have to replace the charcoal filters, you know, once a month, and there's different maintenances, different times. So luckily I'm posting these on YouTube, and I'm posting the date that I'm doing it, so I can go back and refer to it and say, oh yeah, that's right, that's the day that I did that. But once again, thanks for watching, and I hope that everybody goes out and gets a flue ball pump. They're about 300 bucks. Get you a couple of 25-gallon fish tanks, or a 50-gallon fish tank for a reserve water tank, and then a big giant 50-gallon fish tank for the fish. Get you a couple of goldfish. I don't suggest mixing the glowfish and the goldfish. Just get, you know, like 3 goldfish. They start off real small and they end up, you know, huge. So 50 gallons is good for about 3 of those goldfish. And I hope everybody joins in and starts doing this, learning how to grow your own food, because as you know, food prices are going up. So again, hit that subscribe button, notifications. I'll be doing this every week, so appreciate you guys. Bye. Have a great day.